You made history?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the history that you made, Judge Gray.
Lori Chambers Gray made history, all right. One of 19 African-American female judges who took the bench after the 2018 election, the so-called Black Girl Magic winners. Gray wearing the robe of the 262nd District Court.
And be the judge that will look at every case with fairness and from the eyes of justice.
Justice won't come anytime soon for relatives of 17-year-old Raul Zarco.
In January of last year, 17-year-old Raul Zarco was shot and killed in the parking lot of a Southwest Freeway sports bar. 21-year-old Raul Alexander Leon was charged with murder. For a guy barely an adult, Leon's adult criminal past was already multiplying. He'd already been charged with 2 felonies, one for deadly conduct with a weapon.
But a judge has to sit back and hear the facts from where the facts are being developed. Be firm, but be fair.
And for Judge Gray, fair was letting Leon back out on the streets. Once out on bail, he violated his bond conditions more than once. The DA went to court to get the bond revoked, but Judge Gray said no. And that's what cost Raul Zarco his life.
His life mattered to us. He had a whole life ahead of him.
But even that didn't convince Judge Gray to revoke his bail. Leon was back out on the streets again, this time for $6,000. Months later, no one can find him.
We have no idea where he is because he didn't show up in court. He's been a wanted fugitive since February of 2022.
It prompted this guy to call Gray a disgusting excuse for a judge, a lowlife with no moral compass. She deserves to be in prison, he wrote. Go to hell. Zarco's family wants to talk about the injustice, but they've been too scared to even be seen. Who could blame them?
Maybe if she would put herself in somebody else's shoes that lost somebody who had a whole life ahead of him, then maybe she would think differently.
Judge Gray agrees with us. Voters should get to look at her record before they go to the polls.
It's really important just to do a little bit of research and find out the person that's actually sitting in the position or the person who's running for the position.
We looked, and that's how we found out about the other history Judge Gray is making. Her rulings have been linked to the deaths of 12 Houstonians, more than any of the other soft-on-crime judges we've exposed. Let's give her a trophy, shall we, for the most blood on a robe. Although, you gotta admit, it's a pretty stiff competition.
How many bonds is too many?
That's a very good question.
230th District Judge Chris Morton granted one defendant 5 felony bonds in just 1 year, the majority for family violence.
Anybody who's got that many bonds shouldn't be out.
And here's a real shocker. The defendant, Jesus Gallegos, while awaiting trial, he went on to murder his ex-girlfriend Rita Acosta in her own home.
Her blanket was up to about right here. When uncovered her face, the whole bed was full of blood.
We can't forget 182nd District Criminal Court Judge Danilo Lacayo. He let this repeat offender remain free on bond. Now 2 children don't have a mom anymore.
Say hi to mama. Say hi, mama.
Johnny Zermano shot and killed Delisha Blate in their apartment. Their children were just babies.
She'd be here taking care of her children like I wanted her to. Raise her own children.
Johnny was already out on 2 felony bonds, both for violent conduct with family members. Bonds handed out by Judge Lacayo. And he gave Johnny a PR bond when he had been accused of assaulting Delisha a year earlier.
And for what? To destroy someone else's life? Destroy someone else's heart?
When will enough be enough?
There needs to be justice, not only for my family and my son, but for other families, and if it doesn't stop now, it's just going to continue to get worse.
These judges are just letting people off.
You can kill anybody in Houston and be out on bond and given a low bond.
Clearly the system is failing us. At this point, I don't think it's safe for anybody with this justice system.
From all over Harris County, black, white, brown, Asian, We're all looking for a way to stop this madness. Look at their names, their court numbers, their faces, and now do us all a big favor. Replace them.